Oh, excuse me. You got the mats? I'll get the bricks.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's yoga time. I sound like a man. Remember, I quit smoking, so I messed around. I had 2 yesterday. So it's all in my chest. It's a process. Don't be too hard on yourself. We're on our way to yoga. Huh? Yeah, we're not really late, but we're doing good for our time. Yeah. Well, my hands are full.
I like your little top.
Well,
Hi, welcome. Just getting started. Good morning. Glad you could make it.
morning, ladies. Nice and intimate today. I'm not sitting up there, Rick, so we will be back here.
Okay, well, over here is wide open and you won't be on the screen. So
Mama, you go up there.
So yeah, come on closer so you can hear me and kind of get in line.
Okay.
That's about right there. That's where you need to be.
Yes, sir.
And you won't be on television.
Oh, okay.
We've changed a little bit, and rather than, people behind each other, we're trying to get a little bit of a half circle. You can get where you're comfortable.
Okay.
Wherever you're
I'll be close to you, Rick. I'll be close to you then.
All right, just so you can hear me.
Yep.
But I think the thing about the circle that I like is that, you can, to me, if it's more contiguous, more of a community, rather than, okay, I'm on this row and you're on that row, and neither the two shall meet, right? Right. Yeah. You can see what somebody is showing.
Okay, Rick.
All right, so I'm gonna hop up here. Sure that you're okay. All right. Yeah, you are on the screen, so you.
Come down here. Come down here with me. You won't get on screen.
I do not mind. I want to be close to Rick.
Okay, well, come right here. This way, you're definitely not gonna be in television.
Okay.
Just stay where you are, you're fine.
You're right. I'm near a chair and yada yada.
Well, we only
Don't
got,
show me out.
we got what, 1, 2, 3, 4 people, 4
I'm
screens.
not worried about the people.
You're not worried
It'd be
about
their first time seeing a big body.
And you're not being recorded, that's for sure. I'm not recording this, so you're not gonna be on the internet.
I am. I got my little YouTube channel trying to encourage women of all sizes to stay active. Right?
Hey, now that's a great spot right there.
Okay.
That is a great.
You like my semicircle, Mama? It's supposed to be like a sundial. I'm trying. I won't worry her to death. Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna offer you a pillow. Oh, you're gonna sit on the block or?
No, I can't stand the block, but my behind is too big. Sorry, we're still in the classes.
All right. So we were here. That's where I was, right here. I'm glad you got your blanket. You are getting set up. You're in good shape.
Mama, take care of me.
So, hips and low back. Well, the first thing we did was we kind of tried to get ourselves lifted a little bit so that we could let those knees settle and let the spine lengthen as we sit cross-legged. And this is the first place you would start trying to kind of loosen those hips. So you just kind of let it, take a big deep breath, and then relax through here and just let those knees kind of release down toward the floor. So you have to talk to the hips. The hips don't want to relax. They want to fight you every minute of the day. So focusing and bringing your awareness, and yogis say breathing into the hips. What they're really saying is tell the hips to release. to relax, right? And the way I do that is I start from the head, and my jaws are, clenched. So I just go puff out the cheeks and let the face relax and soften. Let the jaws come apart, and then shoulders, and now the hips. And then all of a sudden I feel my knees just settle down toward the mat. And then I'm down to my feet and my toes and my hands and my fingers. And now I'm just sitting there and breathing. And then I do it again if I need to, and again and again and again, walking through the body to get it to soften and release, because it will tighten right back up again. The minute you lose that focus, all of a sudden you'll discover, oh, I'm clenched here again. And you just need to let it go. Just let it go. Yeah, and then breathe and think about it. So you're focusing on your breath, you're focusing on softness in the body, but staying upright so you can breathe. And then when I'm there, now I can start to move. So let's start today with some gentle circles coming forward, moving the heart forward, not necessarily rounding down, but just coming forward gently. And then come to the side. Still talk to those hips. Rounding back. And then to the other side, forward. Make these small and easy and gentle. Just focusing on relaxing the hips. Chin lifts when I come forward, and as I come back, the chin drops. And you kind of notice as I come forward, if I'm rotating to the left, my right shoulder comes forward, and then my left shoulder comes forward. So I'm rotating gently at the waist also. So let's go back the other way. Still talking to the hips. Rounding back to the right, forward, to the left, right shoulder forward, to the right, left shoulder forward, and breathing. And now when you come to the back, just gently round back, keep the knees down, and what you can do is bring your hands behind the hips, keep the knees and the hips relaxed, and just press the heart gently up toward the ceiling. And if you want more opening in the hips, just press with those lower legs to lift the hips a little bit off the back. Okay, now I'm feeling it in the inside of my upper thighs. Still trying to keep the hips relaxed, although my legs are pressing down into the mat. And then coming up. Yeah, good. And now come forward again. Now bring the fingertips, spider fingers, down to the mat, and just let the head drop down toward the mat. Keep talking to the hips. Easy does it, right? All about easy does it. And as you breathe, you can come lower if it works for you. Don't push it, because I pushed it too hard a long time back. And I tried to, I'm going to get this hip to loosen, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I don't need this block, blah, blah, blah. And I pulled the groin muscle. Just easy. that sensation that says, yeah, I feel that,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing beyond that. Just breathe. And as you soften and release, maybe you can get a little bit lower with the same sensation, right? So as you started, you felt, ooh, I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
And now as you breathe and release, you can come lower without increasing that sensation to the point where you go, oh man, I can't do this. And just let the head hang. Everything is soft. One more big, deep breath. Now inhale and come up. Good. Let's bring those knees up to the ceiling because you really opened those hips now pretty wide. So take the feet wide on the mat and just bring the knees toward the center.
Ooh.
So this is a counter, right, to what we just did. We did all this, and now we're doing this. All right, so take whatever you're sitting on away. Gently come down to your back with the knees bent. And now let that right knee drop off to the left. And so we're going to be doing windshield weight.
Okay.
So,
Rick, I found that works best for my sciatic nerve.
okay, you need something under your low back.
You think so? No,
Well,
no. Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think, didn't we,
Yeah,
when you were
your
there,
wife-
we used a blanket, right?
Yeah,
under
your
low
wife
back?
said to put something under my back. Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, okay, you're not going to lie down, though, right?
Yes, sir, I am.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna attempt to.
Well, don't put it under your sacrum. Actually, move it a little bit toward the low back. So you're resting your
Oh, right
low
there.
back on that blanket. You tell me if that helps. You can bend your knees if you choose. Yeah, bend those knees.
Okay, we're ready. Okay, that's good.
That work?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it when it works. Okay. So here we are, knees bent,
Mm-hmm.
feet wide.
Mm-hmm.
Take that right knee, let it drop off to the right, and then gently let the left knee follow.
Ooh.
Same side. Same side. Same idea. Now you're going to breathe into the hips. And you're going to let that right knee, you feel the left lower leg, the left calf on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Are you getting that done?
Yeah.
Almost? Maybe? Yeah. So you let the right leg go as low as it'll go, keeping the shoulder blades on the mat. And now you let the left knee just gently, the same idea. You breathe, you reduce it, and you let it just be where it's going to be. And breathe. Take a couple more deep breaths right here. All right, bring the knees to the ceiling. Again, the feet are wide. Let the left knee drop to the left. Everything slow and mindful. And then let the right knee follow. Same idea. Now just breathe. Relax the hips. And let the right knee follow to the floor almost. Maybe. Or not.
Oh.
I feel it trying to tighten up again, you know, it wants to fight me. I keep telling it no. One more big deep breath in. Good, all right, now bring the knees back up to the ceiling. Bring both knees toward the chest. Actually bring them up to the knees up to the ceiling. And now just let the knees go wide. Bring the hands to the insides of the knees. So a little bit different way of opening the hips. The arms are almost straight. The hands are on the insides of the knees. And I'm just letting, without pressing down on the legs, I'm just letting my hands tell my knees to open as wide as is reasonable, right? Now with the hands where they are, as you exhale, draw the knees back up or toward your shoulders. So exhale, draw the knees back. And as you inhale, just let the knees move forward by themselves. So you just take the pressure off and the knees move forward. So exhale, take the knees back, drawing you back with the hands. Inhale, let them come forward. Couple more times. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. Okay. Now bring the knees back up to the ceiling. Straighten the left leg. Bring the right foot to the inside of that upper left thigh. And now just let the right knee settle on the floor. So you put the thumbs on the mat. And you're breathing into that right hip socket. Good. Bring the right knee up. Straighten the right leg. Bring the left foot to the inside. And then let the left knee set. the left knee comes up to the ceiling. Good, work your way gently back up to seated. And we're going to do a gentle seated forward fold. So just flex the feet, bending the knees, get tall, and then gently come forward. You can release the head gently down toward the knees. And the object here is to let the low back release. And now you feel the sit bones on the mat. Let the head drop down toward the knees. So forward fold is as much about releasing the low back as it is about stretching the hamstrings. I have degenerative disc disorder. This feels really good for me to kind of open up that low back. Belly's always touching the thighs, upper thighs. And now inhale and gently round up. Good. Come to Baddha Konasana. Bringing those feet in. And if you need to be seated on that pillow or whatever that might be, go ahead and put it under you. And in Baddha Konasana, I don't feel a whole lot. Okay? To me, I mean, it's a good posture. I'm not saying it's not a good posture, but there are other things that actually I get more sensation and I get a better feeling of opening. Now, I'm sure that people who can get flat down and things like that, it works for them. But this is not really one that works well for me. But one that does is butterfly. So slide the feet out.
Rick, do you feel like we have to pull the feet towards us?
The heels are really in as close as you can get them to your body in cobbler pose. Yes.
Okay.
Right? But it still doesn't do much for me.
But it does a lot for
But
me.
if I slide the feet away, and now I come forward, oh yeah, now I'm getting something.
Mm.
So I slide the feet out, I bring my elbows ahead of the knees, and then I just straight down, head toward the feet. Yeah, just let that kind of sink in. Now I'm getting something, and it feels good. Again, I'm not pushing it. I'm just letting it be, letting it happen. I'm feeling a nice opening in the low spine now. I'm feeling it in the hips. So everybody is different, right? Every body is different.
Everybody.
Some things work for me that won't work for you. Some things work for you that don't work for me. So you kind of find the things that kind of work well for you. And that's why I mix it all up. I throw everything at you, including the kitchen sink. So that you can find what's best for you. Just breathe, don't let those hips fight you. Let the head just hang. Good, as you inhale, gently come rounding up. Okay, now tell me what that feels like. What do your hips feel like? Can you feel the difference in the hips? And the low back? Yeah, okay. So, where are we going to go from here? Let's come down onto our backs again. I know it. Pillow in, pillow out. Bring both knees into the chest. Now just gently rock. So we did this forward fold. And now we're just gently releasing that low back again. Just breathing into it. Draw circles on the ceiling with the knees. Now take the feet straight up to the ceiling. Feel the hip bones on the mat. Open the legs wide. We're going to do the same thing we did with bent knees, except now we're going to bring the hands to the insides of the legs with the legs straight. Bring the back of the head down to the mat. And now you're letting gravity help open those legs maybe a little bit more. And the hands are just on the inside of the knees. And you're going to breathe. Good. Bring your feet back to the ceiling. Bend the knees down to the chest. Again, just gently rock. Bring the right foot down to the mat. Draw the left knee up and over toward the left shoulder. And I like to extend my right leg. If that's okay for your back, then straighten your right leg. So now you're going to get, as you draw that knee, that left knee out and up, you're going to feel something, I think, on the inside of that left upper thigh. Big deep breath. Good. Release the knee back to the ceiling. Now take the right hand, put it to the outside of the left knee, the bent knee, and keeping the shoulder blades on the mat, drop that left knee over the right thigh. Come on to the right hip. So you're doing a rotation here. Shoulders, though, are on the mat. Gently draw that left knee up towards the right shoulder. Now breathe. you're feeling what I'm feeling, you're doing a little bit of a stretch, that piriformis thing in the left butt. Bring the left knee back up to the ceiling. Again, let that knee drop out to the left. With your hand on the inside of the knee. Now bring the knee back to the ceiling, bring the left foot down, straighten the left leg, if it works for you, and then bring the right knee into the chest. Draw that knee up and over to the right shoulder. Now the knee to the ceiling, and now with the left hand, drop that knee over the left thigh. And gently move it toward the left shoulder. Talk to the hips. And the buttocks, they're fighting you. Relax everything you don't need. So the only thing that's working in this posture is your left arm. The trick to yoga is not knowing, what muscles you need to do the pose. It's relaxing everything else. Good. Bring that left knee, right knee back to the ceiling. Both feet to the floor, knees up, knees bent. Bring your feet all the way close to the hips. Reach down there to the heels, if you can touch them. Maybe you can get there, maybe you can't, no big deal. Palms down, and now we'll just do some gentle bridges, so just press into the back of the feet. Again, only what you need. So shoulders are relaxed, arms are relaxed. And now just lift the hips. And get some sensation. Lift them high enough to feel some sensation in the just below the waist. Yeah. And now bring your hips down. So let's try that again. Inhaling, pressing the feet, hips lift, relax those arms, relax the face, relax the toes. You don't need the toes to do this. Okay. Maybe you'll find a little stretch in the quads here. And now bring the hips down. And one more time, press with the feet. Lifting high enough that you feel it. Big, long, deep breaths in. You're going to do this for about three deep breaths. One more breath. Good. Exhaling, take the hips down. Either come to that cobbler pose with the feet together and the knees wide, or if it feels okay, or you prefer, take the feet mat width and just let the knees fall to the center. Touching. I don't know which one you like. I like Supta Baddha Konasana with the knees wide. Here again, if you wanted a little bit more, you could just rest the hands on the inside of the legs. And it just kind of reminds those legs, those knees, to maybe get a little bit closer to the floor. Good, bring the knees back up to the ceiling. We're working toward figure 4, but bring the left ankle onto the right knee. And now with your left hand on that left knee, just gently move that knee a little bit closer to the front of the mat. Reach through for figure 4. We're going to do this piriformis thing again, a different way. And if you move the foot and the knee a little to the right, you'll get a little more. So go where you want to go. Just breathe, and I'm having to talk to those hips again. They're trying to fight me. Again, only what you need. Good, bring that right foot down to the mat. Let the ankle go. Come back to the knees wide or feet wide. Notice what's going on down there. I'm getting all kinds of like fuzzy sensations, just, like fuzzy. I don't know even how to describe it. Take the left knee to the ceiling and bring the right ankle onto the left knee. Right hand to the knee, being gentle. Feel the hip bones. And And then release everywhere else that you don't need. My right foot is flexed, so I'm protecting my knee, and you don't have any sensation in the knee. Sensation all needs to happen in the hips. Remember, moving to the left is going to increase it. Well, that works in figure 4. So, but it doesn't work in this. So now reach through for figure 4. And now remember that if you take things to the left, you'll feel a little more. And for me, each side is different. I have totally different sensations in the left side from the right side. Which tells me I'm a little out of balance, right? But guess what? I've been out of balance all my life, so I ain't gonna fix it, so I just live with it. One more deep breath. Good. Now bring the left foot down, release the ankle. Come back to that feet wide or knees wide. Palms to the ceiling. And then just notice what you feel. If your feet are wide, your knees are wide. If your knees are wide, rock from side to side. So take the right knee down toward the floor, and then take the left knee down. Breathe to the hips as you do this. You're going to more flexion. Now here, let's just do some gentle hip rocks. So take the hands, palms down on the floor. And the knees are wide if you're in Supta Baddha Konasana. And now just press the low back into the mat. And then lift the hips up toward the ceiling. Keep the hands on the inner thighs.
Whew. Just briefly wanted to say it's a rough day. I guess I haven't done yoga in 2 weeks, and my body is in a lot of pain, like on a level 8. And so I'm going to push through, but I want you to try a couple of the stretches or exercises you've seen demonstrated today. Unfortunately, the camera angle was horrible in the beginning. The lens was too projected, so we were staring directly at my fat gut. It's okay to be fat, just do something about it. Keep moving. So that's what I'm attempting to do today, but I wanted to give a disclaimer that I'm in a lot of pain. And I'm trying, and I can't do a lot today. I can't even get my neck down, really. And every time I move my neck, it affects my sciatic nerve. So I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you trying these stretches with me. I appreciate you just being in the chat or watching the video on playback. Be sure to like, comment, and share, and go through some of our other videos. The light is super bright, and I'm in a super relaxed state. So I'm going to go back in, but I just wanted to give that disclaimer that I'm in a ton of pain today, and I'm determined to get this hip flexor loose But again, it's from all the driving and from sitting on the job. So I don't think we've done a yoga class together in 2 weeks. So that is explaining kind of why I'm extremely stiff. Okay, I love y'all. Let's rock. Here we go.
And bring the right hand back up to the ceiling, back down to the left knee. Let's try this again a little different. Take the right hand up to the ceiling, and now let the right knee lift up toward the ceiling. Keep the left knee on the floor. And let that right hand come all the way down to the floor. With the right knee going up to the ceiling. So the left knee is on the floor, the right knee is toward the ceiling, and actually opening even a little bit more. Now bring the right knee back on top of the left, the right hand back on top of the left, and come back over to your back. And we'll do this to the other side. So come on to the right side. Something to rest your head on. And then left hand on top of right, knees bent. Keeping the knees together, take the left hand to the ceiling, open to the ceiling. Just breathe. So in this posture, gravity is your friend. And the left hand to the ceiling and back on top of the right. Take a breath. Now take the left hand to the ceiling, let the left knee lift, bring the left foot down to the floor. And now let that left knee open, the left hand, my left hand is all the way down to the floor. And I'm letting my left knee drop over to the left. And coming back over to my right side. Good. Straighten the legs. And now lift the left leg. Point the toes. Make little circles. Both ways. Good. Bring the left leg down on top of the right. Bend the left knee. And if you can, reach back with the left hand to the ankle of the foot. And now we're going to do a quad stretch. And if you take that left knee back over the right, now you're getting a quad stretch. And if you press the hips forward, you're going to get a hip stretch. Oh boy, yeah, be nice. Be nice. Good, and then release that foot. And I'm seeing something that we're going to do here, so now turn the toes up toward the ceiling and lift that left foot up to the sky. Strong through that leg. And then slowly lower the left leg down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good, all right. Come back to your back. We have to do that on the other side, so now we're going to go back to the left hip, because I didn't do it on the left side. Oh, groans and moans. Groans and moans. Okay, so then the right knee, the top knee, is back to the foot. And then gently move that top hip, that right hip. Forward. So the knee back, hip forward. We're going to do it. Again, talk to everything else. Remember it. Legs are straight. You just lift that right leg, off the back, nice curves, little circles. Good, bring that right foot down. And then turn the toes toward the ceiling and take that right foot all the way up to the ceiling. And now slowly lower it right down. Come back to your back. Bring your feet all the way into the hips. We're going to do this gentle hip rocks again. So press the lower back down. Drop the hips, belly to the ceiling. Go back into the mat. Belly to the ceiling. Go back into the mat. And belly to the ceiling. We'll bring the feet and knees together. Arms wide. Let the feet and let the knees fall out to the right, keeping the legs together. knees to the ceiling, knees to the left. Make your way back up to seated. And then we're going to get into some deeper stuff. So, if you don't like this, don't do it. The first thing we're going to try is ankle on knee. Okay, I got to be on a block. I won't even get close if I'm not lifted up on this. And you'll find out that I don't do it. It's not pretty when I do it, but it is what it is, right? So it's ankle on knee, and the idea is you should really try to get that ankle on top of the knee, but I'm not going to get there, so I'm not worried about it. My front of my left leg is parallel to the front of the mat. Okay, go easy, all right? This is a killer. It's a killer. But it's a great, no, see, I don't think you need to go that far. I think you need to just come back a little bit, like I've got it on my upper calf.
So is your leg not parallel to the?
No, this is not parallel to the edge of the mat. This is parallel to the front of the mat. All right. So I don't even try to get my foot on top of my knee. I just, try to do it that way. And I'm getting a lot of sensation right in here. I don't know where you feel it. You feel it back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Where?
Like I said, we're all different.
Yes, that's where I feel.
We're all different here. It's all right, Joyce, you're doing great. Joyce hangs in there. God bless her. All right, once again, same idea. You breathe and you kind of let things release a little bit. Run out of time. Well, I think we're out of time.
We're out of time.
Yeah, we're close.
We gotta get the other leg.
All right, that works. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good, Rick. You gotta remember that.
Is that a good one?
That's a good one.
It's better than pigeon. I hate pigeon.
Oh,
Pigeon.
I love pigeon. I love it.
But generally speaking, the ones you hate are the ones you should do.
yes.
Let's do that to the other side. So bring the right leg parallel to the front of the mat. And now, the other way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your knee? Yeah, you got to protect the knee. You really got to protect the knee. I keep fussing about that. Okay, so this side's easier for me. It is, right? I mean, even though I'm not stacked really, because it's not going to work if I try to put that foot on top of it. It's not going to work. So this is as good as it gets. It's as good as it gets. And if you're there and you want more, oh, guess what? You can come forward.
Right, that's right.
Oh man, no. I see a lot of head shakes.
It's like, I remember when I could get my head down.
Yeah, you remember when.
Right, right.
Life is like
Life
that.
moves you fast.
Things change as we
Things-
get older. Oh, come up out of that. And then the other killer
Golly.
is, and then we'll finish up,
Okay.
is take this right knee, point it toward the front of the mat.
Right. That over here.
All right, so you get that, and then take this left foot and bring it, stack the knees is what's happening here.
I have to cheat a little.
You gotta keep your butt on the floor. You can't be up like that.
That's
So
not
if
gonna
you
happen,
want, if
right?
what doesn't work for you, then that's good. Here's the other thing you can do, is you don't try to get this foot back there, you just lift just take that foot and put it beside the knee, similar to what you're doing, okay?
If I just sat up more on my knee, but
Yeah.
we're not getting up on that.
So you can do it that way, or you can do it that way. And you notice they're not stacked. This is as far as it's gonna go for me. And then once you're there, Francie's figured it out, you can come forward.
What's this called?
What's it called? Knee on, it's called knee on knee.
Knee on knee?
Pain.
Knee on knee.
That's a pretzel right there.
Ouch.
Watch your knees, just take care of those knees.
It's a good one.
And folks on screen, if you need to go away, go away. You don't have to hang around unless you want to.
Oh, boy.
All right, so come up from that, we'll do it to the other side. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so now it's left knee to the front of the mat. Like I said, if I wasn't sitting on a block, I wouldn't be able to get anywhere with this. And then bring the right foot back,
Oh, Rick.
wherever it will go.
I can't, I know what you want me to do. I'm not doing that, Rick.
And you're really trying to keep both sits bones on the floor, on the
Yes,
block.
yes.
So you're not,
Lopsided.
leaning to one side. Just get what you can get. And when you say, whoop, that's enough, then that's enough. That's enough.
Knee on knee, Jesus.
Take 2 more deep breaths.
Oh.
Good. Unwind. Okay. Now let's come down to our back. All right. Good deal. Yeah, let's bring both knees into the chest. Again, that gentle rock. Knees wider, not up to you. All right. Some gentle twists, feet to the mat, knees right. Things are feeling a little different now from when we started. And knees to the ceiling and knees left. And knees to the ceiling. Let's do that big stretch. Back to down into Savasana. Here's where you let it all go. This is a really tough posture because your mind goes everywhere. You just focus on the breath. Now the movements. They're not a very long Savasana. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can come up. I'm so glad you all came. Linda's down for the count. Out, which is great. So thanks for coming, folks. We'll see you, and the rest of almost everybody there is gone. But thanks for coming, and namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. And I'm going to ask you, Francie, was that too much, or was that about right? And did it help, or what do you think? You have to find out, right?
She looks good. Look at her.
Moving
It's
good.
still tight,
Yeah, we're tight.
but that felt good to me. It wasn't too much.
Wasn't too much. Okay.
Yeah.
Amen.
Okay. So, I mean, hips. Or it's huge. I mean,
We
that's how
sit
you
in our
move.
hips.
When you lose your hips, when those hips tighten up,
Ooh, this one's been too.
you know, it's the shuffle thing, and oh gosh.
It's a transition.
Hmm?
It's transitioning, like if you're sitting, when you first get up, it's like, and then you get going,
Yeah.
and it doesn't hurt as much. Or like coming up off the mat, that transition
Mm.
is what.
So
catches you.
it hurts you to get up and down, or if you've been sitting a long time, when you stand up is when it bothers you?
Yeah, I have, back issues and
Whew.
Yeah. Well,
We killed that. We loosened up some things. Still stiff as a board. So now I know that, Blake staying up late prevents me from doing my stretching and my walking in the morning. So life balance is critical because if you get enough sleep, you can get up and do your workout. So we've done 2 weeks without really doing any type of concrete stretching, and it showed today. So mind, body, health, as Tommy Bites tells us, wellness, and making sure we're properly stocked and prepared in our homes. It's an overall conscious decision to take care of your home and yourself as well. And then I have a mukbang channel. So, and I gotta dye my hair. We're gonna win it all. Just stay focused and watch God, and it can happen. Thank you for joining me for yoga today. I did the best that I could, and I just thank you so much for coming along with me. Be sure to join our Carter's Eats YouTube channel, just across the street and down the road, and then be sure to go through Mrs. Carter's playlist about our getting pregnant journey at 40 and 44, uh, my gray hair journey, my hair journey, and Blake's hair journey, and me being a barber to everybody in my home. Thumbs up the video, share me out, and I'll see you next week for yoga at Mrs. Carter. Love you. Have a great weekend. Bye.